Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Sleepy.
I know it's only been a week, but it feels like it's been forever since you've done this.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think every day I've got stuff. Oh, I got to say that. Oh, I got to say that. Oh, I got to say. And I always forget.
Because you don't write it down.
I know, but I always think it's so important that there's no way, or it's so good that there's no way I'll forget.
So it's a flood system. Just in the 5-second description, you can't keep doing that.
I know. But there's always no, but this one for sure is so amazing.
So I want you to replace that voice with this voice. Write it down.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's two, though. Sometimes I do go write it down and then I still forget.
I can't help you with that.
Or I do abbreviated notes. And I'm like, what the heck was that? Like, I don't even know what I was saying.
You're being too clever.
I know. Anyway, any big news?
No, not that I know of.
Nothing big happening in the world.
Tons of big stuff happening in the world. 95% of it you don't know or care about.
What? Like what?
What do you mean like what? Like this war's still going on. Trump's still up to his stuff. The United States is all over the place.
What's Trump up to? Didn't they
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on then. I was wondering about who you think are amazing parents and why you classify them as amazing.
Can I vote for us?
Sure.
Well, I mean, best podcast by us out there. First of all, I like their kids. I think their kids are okay. They have all the same interests as us. So I think those two people from the podcast are probably the best parents I've ever seen.
So you and I.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an interesting question because this is going to make me sound overly cynical, and I don't absolutely mean this, but I don't think there is a best parent. I think there are parents that I've met that I like and that I think their kids are cool kids, but they all have their issues. We all struggle with something.
I didn't say perfect parents.
You said best.
I saw best. So yeah, there is a grading system because there's best to least. Categorically, there's got to be.
What's the grading system?
I don't know. Whatever you think is best. Okay. I didn't say perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No, but I don't know.
But there's definitely some that are definitely not anywhere near.
So what are the criteria we're grading them on then? Like,
Okay.
I'm not trying. This is a legit question. So are we looking at it from happiness of children? Are we looking at it from ability to run everybody's lives in a logical manner?
Oh, we are definitely fail on that.
That's the thing, right? Because depending on the criteria, we kill it or we don't. Like, there's no middle ground. We are not average people. We are amazing or absolute tire fires.
Okay, well, maybe let's start. What are we amazing at, and where are our areas?
Our children don't shoplift.
Okay.
And when I told a story of doing that as a child, Willow was appalled.
Mm-hmm.
Appalled that her father stole something.
San Francisco.
She only thinks it's one thing. I didn't bother filling in the blanks that it was months of stealing stuff before that incident.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a thing. Everybody was into shoplifting for a while.
Right.
It was dumb. If I was smart, I would have stole cars, not trinkets. Yeah, that's a great question. It's tough for me to say that any parent is best. So perfect or nothing.
Where are we tire fires first? Just go back to that.
Oh, organizational and like anything that requires detail management.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times the morning of we're like, I didn't know that this was a thing today that I need to sign up and pay for. Yeah, it was in some announcement that came out like 4 weeks ago. We're bad at that.
Or all the moms who are like, oh, here in my little bag of magic, I have a Band-Aid. Or everything. I'm like, I don't carry nothing. I got nothing. I got myself, one man, one kit.
See, but in the same token, it's funny because it varies, right? Because I look at that like that's kind of helicoptery, right? Like you don't want to have to worry about like what does your child do on the run of a day that you need to bring Band-Aids with you everywhere? That to me is you got to sit down and have a little chat going, bud. Listen, I'm not bringing band-aids with me everywhere. You got to watch your surroundings now, right?
Yeah.
It's not like diapers. Like when the kid's a baby, yeah, you're bringing diapers, or you bring blankets, you bring all the stuff that they're incapable of providing for themselves to survive. If your kid can't make it from the house to the activity without bleeding, at some point that's the kid's problem. That has nothing to do with parenting. Here, let me. Okay, I don't think there's any parents I look at as,
oh my God, you are every criteria perfect.
yes,
Right.
Because no one measures up to me. So why put them in that position? But there are things that I look at some parents, I'm like, I wish I was better at that. And that's typically my grading system. It's not that I think, it's not that I think that I'm better or worse, or they're better or worse. But at times I'm like, I wish I was better at that. I would say some of the behaviors that I wish I was better. I wish I was better at, I see some parents, see again though, there's a flip side to it. I see some parents and their social skills, like they're always the entertainers, right? And it comes out a lot in the sports. There's always one or two parents or that seem to just, they got the perfect house and they have the perfect parties and everybody comes over and hangs out, and you know what I mean? And that's kind of their vibe, right? That's right. That kind of vibe.
I thought you meant like Dan with his Star Wars helmet, like that kind of entertaining, but like joking around. I mean like presenting.
Yeah, like they have this way about them that they are a social focal point, and their lives are built very much around that. Like we've walked into some crazy nice houses.
Yeah. And they have built it all around how are we maximizing our socializing.
Yeah. And then they do that like every weekend. They have people over, or they have events, or they have breakfasts for the teams or whatever. I wish we were better at that. I don't know necessarily material wise. I don't really care about the house aspect of it, but the idea.
Kids be.
Yeah. Well, we got compliments in our kitchen today, which is hilarious because if you notice what we started to do, we never take the compliment on the kitchen anymore, hey? Past 3 times someone said something about our kitchen, you and I have shit on it. In tandem, like we just tag team. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Thanks so much for the compliment.
Oh no, I didn't. I don't talk about how it sucks. Oh well, other than our counter is a junk collector.
Totally. But we just hack on it. Yeah. We spent so much time and energy, and we're just like, blah, blah, blah.
So you wish we were better at that entertainment.
I look at that and I think that I think there's something to that for sure. And the kids have called us out. And we've talked about the social aspect as well. But I think more than just we need to socialize more post-pandemic, it's more, I don't know how people do it. And I don't know, there seems to be a lot of booze involved.
See, for me, it's more about like when I think about children's well-being and wanting them to be compassionate and inclusive and, the we-ness versus me-ness. That's actually a key piece, is bringing people into your home. Lots of different people, friends, their family, other family. But treating them like family too. You come and eat, you help clean up. You're not treating them like guests, treating them like their family.
Yeah.
And when you look at people, actually, I was just reading something about this not too long ago, like Mother Teresa, for example, her parents were bringing in other people, were feeding them, were bathing them, were taking care of them, adults and children alike.
Yeah.
And so, like fostering is an example, right? Where we're bringing children in, we're supporting them. Not everybody can do that, but when we do have friends over. So for me, it's that. How do we nurture? It's not about the entertaining and here's some drinks and, let's go play Cards Against Humanity. It's about how do we come together and care for one another and nurture each other. For me, I think that's the bigger piece. And kids seeing that really does affect their compassion and willingness to help out and, acts of kindness and gratitude and all those things later on. I just thought I think we're coming at it from 2 different angles.
Yeah, I think they both overlap, right? Because I think I think if you're in the habit of having people in your lives all the time, that'll naturally progress out to more what you're talking about as well. I think there's 2 different types, but I think there's some sort of intersection there. That does lead me to the next point, which I think there are parents that I've seen that are very good about the outward acts of kindness that I think it's funny though, because I think we do some things more than others. Like we do try, right? But this is funny. This is like looking at someone's Facebook and going, oh my God, their life is so perfect. But really you peel it back and it's just as shitty and they're just doing their best as they can. It feels the same way. But I know people, I'm thinking of one person in particular that has a regular volunteer habit and the kid comes with him. They've done it since she was little, right? And I don't know their motivation. It's not tied to any church. It's not anything like that. It's just they do this one thing every week. Volunteer, 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 volunteer. And the kid just kind of grew up around that. We've talked about this before, right? The outward selflessness that I like to think we demonstrated, but I also know that at times there's more we could do. But at the same time, it's the little acts that I try and make sure stack up as well that I hope the kids see, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be monumental. I serve soup to the poor. It can literally be, we know we've got a single parent in the group that's stressed and she can't handle 2 kids. I'll just swing by and get the kid. Don't worry about it. They can hang with us for the rest of the night. We don't care. Like, those are not monumental things.
That just happened last night.
Actually, yeah. But it's those sort of things that I don't see anything like that as an imposition, and I hope the kids don't think it as an imposition, right? You just simply adjust and do what you can, and off you go, right?
Or change to the people when we're waiting at a red light, and like those kinds of things. And I mean, I think on big occasions we do, like Christmas, for example, we'll go.
But more,
you really do need to.
And I do try and incorporate a little bit, like like the change at the lights. I find since the pandemic, I don't have much cash anymore. Like I don't have to change as much, but I still try, right? But it is. It's those little opportunities to do stuff that you could just easily say no to. But I know there are people out there that they've built something around that. They, be it church or friends or just habit or whatever. I think that would be one that I'd probably say I'd like to do more of. And
I think just looking, I'm just going to add in little tidbits if people are like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Because I know even for us, there was, when the kids were little, we wanted to go and do big ticket volunteer things regularly, but there was just no opportunity because it's like everybody wanted to, so that the only jobs that were left were nothing that we could take, a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old with us to go do. And there's no people interaction. I think that people interaction, seeing that we're contributing, can really make a difference. But there's little things we can do, like giving your kiddo the responsibility to remember somebody's birthday. It could be a friend, it could be family, it could be a neighbor. I just think of our neighborhood. It's older neighborhood, like I think helping out. Actually, one of our neighbors across the street just asked Willow to come help feed the cat. Those little things too. I think it's just the people in our life, even around us in our community, can make a difference too. So I thought I would just throw little things like that we can think about too.
Like a Hallmark narrator. Throwing in good bits of underlying story. I would agree. And I think there's more that could be done there, right? Like, and I almost said this to Willow, but at the same time, I knew she had a terribly busy day yesterday. It was hard to get anything else squeezed into her agenda. But she could have shoveled the driveway.
I was thinking that too.
Right? Just they came home to something nice, right? She still could. But she's lazy.
Hey, she's not lazy.
She does not have time in her busy calendar today. Got to figure out an acronym that describes that, but spells out lazy. No, but it is those okay. So
she's not lazy. She just doesn't like expending her energy on.
You're right. So I'm not calling her lazy, but it's. You and I have talked about this upcoming piece a lot lately, which is I don't feel, and maybe it's the age, maybe it's because they've got other stuff going on, maybe it's just kids in general and I don't see it everywhere else, but unprompted acts of selflessness do not exist. They are preceded by eye rolls and sighs and the loudest feet in the world walking to do a chore that literally could have been done in 5 seconds and just moved on. That to me is something I wish, and I don't even know if it's something we did or didn't do.
But
right?
do you see other parents doing good at that?
I see some kids that I feel are better at just kind of, yeah, I'll take care of that, or oh yeah, I'll go do that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if called upon in those situations, our kids will be like, yeah, I'll go do it. But I don't know that that extends back to us. And maybe that's selfish on my part, but sure would be nice one day to come in and, I don't know, see the recycle bin brought back to the garage after 4 times walking past it in and out of school. You know what I mean? Like those little things. I don't know if other parents just assign it as a chore. Maybe that's it. Maybe there needs to be structure around it, but it's those little thoughtful things that don't need to be prompted. I've seen this. This doesn't really fit into the best parent category. This is just more of a, it'd be nice to figure out a way to kind of make sure that that was instilled in them. And maybe it is. And maybe it's just simply not necessary. I don't know.
I wonder if there is ways to,
Yeah.
Sorry, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Just thinking about again. Okay. So looking at these things, how do we, I actually am doing a Valentine's in my other podcast, and I talk about creating compassion and what?
Wasn't that what your Valentine's thing was about?
Do you not like, oh no.
Oh, you changed it. Okay, good.
No, that's what
I know.
it was.
Keep going.
Like, do you hate Valentine's or what?
Valentine's.
Okay.
With an M.
Goofy. I probably shouldn't say that.
Wow.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Wow.
Sorry for anyone in Newfoundland, because I know there are people actually who listen to me.
Our next podcast will just be me, apparently, because my wife's just been canceled by slagging the eastern seaboard of our great country.
I am so sorry.
Where are the Maritimes again? Can you explain to me where you say the Maritimes are again?
Bad.
Sorry, Atlantic Canada starts where?
I know that it starts with the Maritimes.
Oh, because I thought before when it was you making fun of me, it was anything east of Manitoba. Was that?
Oh,
was
that's Eastern. That's Eastern Canada.
I'm just kidding.
But I know where the Maritimes are.
Someone said you can't call them the Maritimes anymore. You have to call it Atlantic Canada.
Oh,
I'm not changing it. I'm in an age where
I was saying, see, because did you say Valentine or Valentine?
I hard M'd it.
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's.
Okay. Because now I got mixed up. Anyways, it's okay. What was I? I don't even.
You're talking about your other podcast. You're talking about Valentine's Day. And I said Valentine's.
So creating compassion and gratitude. And so along the lines of the thoughtfulness and not being self-centered, having a favor board. So I need a favor with this. And then people will look at it, and when they can fulfill it, they will either take the paper and bring it to you to say, I can do it now, or write their name on it, when they've done it. But starting out with awesome things like, I need help finishing this chocolate bar. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I would start just so that they're getting motivated, and there's going to be cool, awesome things on there. So I think there's things that we can do to model, right. Mm. And for them to see too, because I think it is easy, especially when they're not asking, that they just expect us to do things.
Yeah.
Like to drive them. Or like yesterday, Willow just wanted you to offer giving her money versus her actually asking, like, hey, can I borrow some money kind of thing, right? And so, but that's just an idea just to help with that. I'm just going to throw in ideas based on.
Just peppering in there, eh?
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really judge people in a way that makes me feel lacking much beyond that. Like, I think it's funny. We've got everybody just kind of does their own thing and I kind of always look at it from that perspective, right? Of everybody's just doing the best they can, mm-hmm. Right? Everybody. I don't care how cool your house is or how cool your cars are or how cool your job is. Everybody, if you peel back the layers, has some layer of suffering that they're just dealing with. Yeah. And suffering's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean? There's something uncool that they're just doing their best to manage, right? Mm-hmm. So my opinion of comparing myself to others in a way that makes me feel less is pretty rare because everybody's got their thing, right? Everybody's got their thing that they deal with. Everybody's got their stuff that they've brought on since they were kids. So for me, it's, if you were to ask me in all seriousness, who is the best parent out there? I have to say us, because I don't know how to parent any other way. And I don't know how to parent anybody else's kids any other way.
Right.
So the best parents, in my opinion, for our kids are us. Right. And that's because of the good and bad that I've tried to bring. I haven't tried to bring bad, but the bad that I've tried to counter, in that I see what the kids are becoming. Right. I see what the girls are becoming, and they're becoming very interesting, very thoughtful, introspective kids, not thoughtful, selfless, because I just complained about them not doing stuff for me.
Willow is very.
They both are. And I want to be careful because they do stuff for us. They do, yeah. And
just Maya's a teenager. Yeah, she's just really caught up in that world right now.
Totally. And they're both busy, and I get it, right? We're running the roads, and they get back at 8:00, and I say, hey, can you go do this thing? And they don't want to do it. Like, I get that. But at the same time, I don't want to do it either. But I think the best parents, the best version of parents, if I was to generalize, it's just ones that understand that their kids are individuals at this point, right? And we still see some parents at the older ages that don't understand that the kids need to be on their own, right? They need to know that there's a safe place to come back to, but then they gotta, like, perfect example was Maya had the week off last week for study break. I'm doing air quotes for study because she didn't lift a book up other than to move.
Does she have books to study from? I don't even think I've never seen a textbook or
I don't know how she gets the grades.
Paper or
she might be paying someone. But I was working. She came around the corner. I'm going to see Cam. Oh, okay, cool. And literally within 25 minutes, she texted me a picture from the other effing side of town of a building that she knows I hate. And I'm like, okay, perhaps I should have asked questions about what the plan was, because she's gone. Like, they are gone. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I would have done at that age, right? Free day, friend with a car, nothing to do, no work that day.
And it's cool because they're going bowling, just picking up, and what are we going to do next, right? Like,
and that was the one thing that I guess I looked at it like, she knew to connect with me just to say hey and make a joke. Not that she felt she had to, not that I was demanding. The only thing I said to her as she went out the door is, we got to leave at this time. That's your only responsibility. Get back for this time. And she did. Right. And so to me, that's a component of it now, is being able to adjust me as a parent to them as an individual. Right. Because we have also seen lately a very heavy-handed approach, which I don't agree with. Right. It was, and I'll spare details of it, but it was a back and forth between a parent and one of our kids' friends. We don't know entirely the full story because obviously don't know the parent's side. We only know what was narrated to us. But from what I was told, it seemed super harsh for the instance, right? And to me, I was looking at like that as that's an opportunity to lose your kid right there.
Yeah.
Right there. And so I had a talk with Maya about that. And like, you do realize, right? Like, it'd take a lot for us to say something like that to you. Right? It would take a lot for us to tell you you're not welcome at this house. Like, you literally would have to steal my favorite shit, take it to a pawn shop, never get it back, and burn my possessions, the rest of them, right? Like, before I'd even consider saying you weren't welcome. And I think for how I grade the kids' behavior and interactions, what I heard didn't warrant it. And to me, that's where I feel I don't want to be, right? So yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, but then the flip side of it, I can't criticize that parent. I don't know what the rest of the day is like. I don't know everything else that they're dealing with, right? I only know that probably wouldn't be my approach. It was an opportunity for me to talk to the kid about what we're expecting and don't expect, and how we want behaviors to happen, and try and reinforce what we believe the house should be like and the family should be like. And that's the best I can do, right? I can't parent other people's kids. Right. I don't want to parent other people's kids. I'm getting to an age where I don't want to parent my kids. But yeah, that's kind of it, right? Like, to me, it's we don't have small kids anymore. And part of what I struggle with this podcast is I want to make sure that we're giving advice from what we learned when the kids were little.
Yeah.
But obviously we're processing what's going on with the kids as they get older, right? Like in a couple of weeks, we have a 16-year-old with her own car, right? And a means to propel that car anywhere she wants in the city because she's got a job.
Oh, and she's already doing it anyways with
Totally.
her friends.
Right. And so I want her to have those experiences. I want her to avoid the stupid decisions that get her into bad situations that I found myself in. But I know I can't, right? All I can do is try and protect her that it's not fatal, right? That there's no irreparable damage done from some stupid decision. And that's my focus, right? Safe haven at home, go have fun, don't be stupid, use good judgment. If it's not good judgment, get the F out of there, right? And come home and we won't shit on you, right? You can tell us that, hey, this was a bad idea and I left. Cool. And then focus on the remaining years that we have with Willow at this age, because she's only four or five short years, because in a month she's going to be 12.
Actually, on that note, today, Maya let me lay with her in her bed for a couple minutes and cuddle. Because I'm like, I'm not going to see you for a week. And she's like, well, you're not going to see Willow. I'm like, yeah, but I'll have longer with my 11-year-old. I only have a little, like one more week with my 15-year-old. So I need to do this. So she let me do that. But I think, we were good with the autonomy. It's not the autonomy just of, these older teenagers. It's autonomy from when they were little too, right? They had to learn their way. They had to learn that the stove was hot, even though I did tell them I can't always be managing over them. They have to learn those lessons, even from a young age. But in hearing you speak, you're right. Like even for myself, I don't know who I would say, but it's almost like a collage, when you, did you do that where you like took magazines and you cut out little pictures and you made a collage based on some sort of, it's kind of like that, right? Like I think of some families, I don't know if we should say names, but
probably not.
A&S, they are really good. They got 3 little kids, but they're still good at going skiing and being outside and being in the mountains every week and having fun, right? And so like that's a piece that I love about them.
Yeah.
And then P&J, like I love that their house is always the safe haven and their relationship is so strong with their kids, even though, their eldest is now in university, like they are still such a solid core. Yeah. So there's bits and pieces from so many different parents and families that I do absolutely love. And we can't be all things. And I think we've talked a lot about in our, what's our values and what's the most important thing. But this is just kind of a good, reminder of what are we doing good? What is something
which is everything
we can work on?
No, which is well, no, but you're right, because I think that's it. Like I don't look, and it's funny because one of the things I hated about Facebook when I had it was the feeling of envy that it generates, right? Because everybody's presenting the best version of themselves. Yeah. And I always approach most people that I run into in a very same vein, right? Unless you know someone really well and you walk up to them and say, hey man, how are you? 9 times out of 10, their life could be on fire and they're like, yeah, it's great. It's good. Everything's going so well. And you don't know any different, right? So for me, it's not about grading myself against what they're presenting to me. It's finding genuine pieces of what they do that I respect and I want to try and emulate, right? That's it. Because I don't know everything. I don't know everything about being a parent. I don't know everything about being a husband. I don't know everything about anything. So
nobody does.
No, but I think though, we're at a very insincere time in a large macro level where people are grading themselves against the unreal. Yeah. Right? People are driving cars they can't afford because that's what they see people online having. People are buying houses that they think they have because that's what they believe they want, right? And people are taking these massive trips to places that are just amazing and then showing off about it all at the same time. They have nothing waiting for them when they get back home. Like every overly positive and crazy enviable thing that someone presents to me, I immediately ask, what's the cost to have that, right? And I want the kids to learn that too, because what I want for them to understand is that it's not about keeping up with people. It's about always trying to make what you're doing the best for you. And that's it. That's what I hope would make me the best parents for my kids, right? And that's what I hope we could teach them over time, because everything's evolutionary, right? You and I aren't the same people that we were 20 some years ago, right? And I hope for the most part it's better. Like I hope, right?
I'd say not, but
In some aspects, but I'd say other aspects, yeah,
maybe.
maybe. But I mean, that's kind of the goal though, right? Is to try and teach the kids that.
Yeah.
It's not about perfection. It's about betterment, and it's about trying new things when you can and all of that.
Cool beans. Thank you.
Anything else to add?
I don't think so. No.
All right, then.
Good.
You used up all your good bits on the earlier stuff or what?
No, I just, don't really think that's good.
All right. Cool.
Adios.
Thank you.